So we should be streaming. Your event is starting. I'm going to shut this down. Let's go for opening. Okay, opening is up. We've got sound. And get ready on the auxiliary. Okay, and let's quiet for the theme song. Places, everyone. Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Emily, and this is Hello Uncle Foreigner, the live stream. If you are looking for Hello Foreigner, the vlogs, go to Hello Foreigner. That's where our vlogs are. For now, you're at the live stream, Hello Uncle Foreigner. And as I said, I am Emily, your host. With me in the back here is Peter.
Hello.
We are in beautiful, cold Luzhou, China, in the middle of Sichuan province, and it is 8 p.m., so we are going to livecast. Tonight we have, as always, our 4 segments, a little bit about the China life, so you can get to know us better, and then on to YouTube business, followed by a look at some of our creative process, and then we'll talk about a little bit of media that we like before we say goodbye. Our topics tonight, our big topics, are as far as YouTube business. We're going to talk a little bit about keywording, why that drives us crazy, but why it's also necessary. And then for our creative project, we're going to talk about getting away from the talking head in our videos. But first, of course, we're going to roll things off with a look at the China life of me and Peter, but mostly me. So let's have a segment. All right, so I got a haircut yesterday, which I do from time to time. Peter does not, actually. He just has a buzzer, so he doesn't go anywhere except the bedroom and buzz all his hair. Because it's easier to be a man sometimes.
Easier to be a man.
But I go to the cheapy place at the mall, and you get what you pay for. I mean, they do a good job, but it's fine. It's a fine job. I have some trouble. I show them a picture, and then they don't give me anything like the picture sometimes, or, you know, different miscommunications and mishandling of curly hair. I am a low maintenance woman with a high maintenance hair. Curly hair is annoying to deal with. And in the States, I rely on finding a good hairdresser and sticking with them and doing exactly what they say, because I don't actually know. I don't know what to do with this. But, so here I rely on pictures, and they always have some kind of like, but how's the part where you make it curly? And this guy yesterday was saying, he's got to a point in the haircut, and he's like, can I see the picture again? And he looks at, and we're translating through our phones, because it's a little bit, I don't really know haircutting terms so well. But so he looks at the picture, he sends me a message, I get it. But her hair is curly, and my hair is wet, and then he's also been like brushing it out and blow drying it so it looks straight, but in my head I'm like, I don't know how to explain to you, but if you stop doing all the stuff that you're doing to it, it's gonna curl up. And then in the end, he just gave me a straight haircut and then blow dried straight, because that's what everybody does. Even people in America who don't know how to handle curly hair, they always want to give me a straight blowout, because that's what people think I should have.
Should have a straight blowout.
But, so I went to the bathroom, squished a little water in it, and then it came back. And then this morning, of course, it was just like danging all out of my head. But actually, I'm pretty happy with this result. And so I'm going to have Peter kind of film a 360 around my head, so next time I go, I can be like, do this again.
Thank God we got that gimbal.
Yeah, we got a gimbal, so that'll be the first official use of it, is to get a full, smooth 360 view of my haircut for future reference for haircutters. Because I did have a time that I got a really good haircut with this one picture, but I don't remember anybody's name. I should have got that person's name. Because the next time I went back, I showed the same picture and did not get a good haircut. But this time, I'm happy. So, tell me how beautiful I look. If you have any haircut woes, feel free to share them in the comments or in the live stream if you happen across this live. I don't believe, Peter, do we have anybody visiting yet?
Just me.
Just Peter. That's all I need.
I'm having a great time.
But yeah, so that's the China life today. I got a haircut yesterday. It is really luxurious. The best part of getting a haircut is they're like really thorough with the hair washing. And in fact, a lot of women do just go to the hairdressers to get their hair washed pretty often, I think. I never heard of, and again, I'm a low maintenance woman with a high maintenance brain. But I don't think women in the U.S. just go and get their hair washed really as a regular thing. But it is something they do here. And so they're really, the hair washers are really good. And it's a nice, pleasant experience. But yeah, so that's what getting a haircut's like. So I guess we can move on to the YouTubing business. So let's use our segment divider, because that's an exciting new development this week. All right, so YouTubing business behind the scenes. We're going to talk a little about keywords this week, because that's, as every SEO, improve your SEO guru out there will tell you, is that keywords are the most important thing, and they're important.
You can't watch us if you can't find us.
Yeah, you can't watch us. That was a big deal on this channel, actually, that we were kind of being buried because keywording drove us crazy. We kind of got a handle on it now, but so this is what clarified it to me, is that to pick a good keyword, you're choosing a question that people might actually be asking, to which your content would be a satisfying answer. Which just like, it broke my brain for 6 months. And we ended up sometimes keywording stuff like, I don't know, banana girl smiles or something, which would get like, oh, there's no competition on this keyword. But it's because nobody's looking for that, and that's not a thing, and even other people wouldn't think to make videos about that.
The numbers are good is not always a winning situation.
Right, we use a couple different tools to rate the keywords we're thinking about, and we figured out we could get a good score using this one tool, but it would be like by, you know, scissor block sock pattern or something, you know, some obscure pattern of words that actually no one had ever thought of. It was a bit like Google banging, I think. Is that what they used to call that?
That was something I've heard of.
It was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Whenever Google first came to popularity, it was the practice of trying to get two terms together that you got no results from Google.
The history of the internet.
Yeah. So we got good at putting together obscure phrases that no one else was using, but that's actually not what you should be doing, because the thing is, people need to be searching these terms. So we got a lot better at that, and I found now that we have the new channel, Hello Foreigner, that's where our vlogs live. Go on over there if you want to see some actual vlogs. Now that channel is getting
Action.
Yeah, some action, some attention. I found that you don't even have to score that highly on a keyword for it to start working for you. Like, a keyword can have medium competition, but it seems like we're still showing up as long as we pick keywords that are things that people are looking for. Like, for example, life in China or China vlog, which are two keywords that we have started showing up for. In terms of specific videos from last week, a video like Shenzhen, our trip to Shenzhen to do the Hong Kong border crossing, both of those are so strong. People are looking up Hong Kong, people are looking up border crossing, people are looking up Shenzhen. So that was an easy one, and it was a good proof of principle. I think that was our second video we posted.
Yeah.
And it was a good proof of concept to say, like, oh, if we use words people are looking for, even if there's competition, we do stand a chance. So that was good. But that video was somewhat easy to keyword for because it was just a story of our trip to Hong Kong where we crossed the border from Shenzhen. Something that gets a little harder, vlogging in general is kind of hard, especially when you're talking about slice of life stuff, because no one's actually looking up, like, slice of life or China slice of life or anything.
They don't know who you are, so why would they look you up?
Yeah, it's not a thing that occurs to people to look up, or even, like, I can't think of anything.
It'd be easier if we were how to China.
Yeah, if we were saying, like, how to go to the bank in China. Bank in China is the good one. But if we're like, I went to a restaurant with my friends in China. Restaurant's bad example, because restaurant is actually... I went to a park with my friends in China. Park in China is not actually something people are looking up.
I went to my student's house.
Yeah, definitively friends in China. I can tell you because we've searched and searched and searched. Friends in China is not something that people really look up. But we had another video, my trip to the Stone Sea, which is a small attraction here in Sichuan province that's well known by local Chinese, but it's not in the foreign guidebooks, and foreigners don't really go there so often.
It's hard to even find on English.
Yeah, and
internet search.
That's the name of the attraction. It is a big public attraction, but Stone Sea is not going to get the same hits that, like, Great Wall is going to get. And as it is kind of a minor attraction, it's even, like, top tourist sites in China, or best travel in China. That would be a case of, like, bad advertising, and you'd click on it and you'd be like, this isn't what I want. So you can't just pick the term that's the most popular. It still has to be accurate, which is also part of
or even, like, a hidden gem isn't really that useful, because who's looking for
no one's
hidden...
no one is looking up at them. But that's what's heartbreaking about this video. We're kind of dropping a lot of frames. Are you?
You're still going.
Okay. What's heartbreaking about this is that this is actually the story of one of my very good students from my first years of teaching invited me on a home visit with her and her friend and her family, and we all went out together on, like, a family trip to this, to the Stone Sea. So it's not just like, oh, here's a travel video about some minor place to visit. It's also, like, I think, a rather story of interacting with one of my students. And it meant a lot to me, and I think we did a good job with the story. So it was something that we always felt that if people watched it, they would enjoy the story. But student home visit, visiting with a Chinese family, memories of a student. These aren't things that people look up. So we had a tough time finding a good keyword that was popular enough and also accurate to attract people who would want to watch a video like that.
I may have caught up to you dropping out.
Okay.
I've been rolling here for...
Can you turn your window off?
Turn my window off?
Yeah, close the browser. Reconnection successful! All right. I hope that we are still online, and I hope that you're still with us. Let's see.